Hi, this is Cameron Murray, and this is my blended unit overview video. So I chose to do my blended learning unit and lesson in level 1 of German. This does include grades 9 through 12, but I have more students in grade 9 and maybe 10 who are in level 1 than I do 11th and 12th. The unit is school and school supplies, and in that unit we also learn about currency. This is actually one of my favorite lessons to teach. So the lesson that I'll specifically be doing is currency, specifically dealing with the euro. And just to go back and take a look at my SMART goal, my SMART goal was stated that I will decrease group size to work with 5 students or fewer, at least 10 minutes each period, twice weekly, by using station rotation by the end of the year 2018 to 2019. So this school year. The blended model obviously is station rotation, and I have some pictures of my classroom that I posted in my blog post this week as well. So you can check that out if you're interested. So the lesson I posted to Google Classroom, so basically to give them all the instructions and things like that. So this is the post right here. It might be a little hard to read. Essentially, I say that I linked a hyperdocument, and I explain what a hyperdocument is in case they don't know. And then I also stated what else is linked to this assignment. So that could be the weekly instructions. It could be the troubleshooting guide, the absence policy, or even the expectations of what each station should be doing. Then I have an explanation of how they're going to rotate and kind of explain what they should be doing that. So I have also the expectations listed here as well. So the first group, which was the collaborative group, I state that they'll be working on the assignments listed in the hyperdoc, and that they should be communicating respectfully and quietly regarding the assignments, and they should keep in mind that others are working quietly and they're respecting their learning, so they should therefore respect others. Students in the independent learning group, I have that as group 2. It's stated that they will work on the assignments and be expected to remain silent or very quiet, and also stated that the only time they should be talking is if they have questions regarding the assignment that their classmates might be able to answer. The next one, which is the last one, is the teacher-directed group, which is group 3, and I state that they'll be working with me, and they should be prepared to ask questions and interact with me and their classmates quietly and respectfully. And then I also stated that on the next days they'll rotate from group 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 1, etc. Then I posted the weekly plan as an attachment to that assignment, so I have that here. And you can see that I have also stated the topic, the goals for this lesson, which I have listed as research the euro currency and examine its properties, evaluate the value of our currency and the euro, and consider the importance of the construction of currency. The next one down is the explanation or the activities that they'll be working on in collaborative. So hands-on coin activity, follow directions on worksheet, money math, it's also in the same worksheet. Then I have the independent learning group, which has the euro worksheet and /scavenger hunt. The link is next to that, and then I give them some examples of what hyperlinks they might want to click on. And those instructions are also explained in the original post a little bit. I also have linked a euro video that they should be viewing as well. The direct instruction group, that's where they'll be working with me, and I obviously have the activities they should be working on, but I did include a link which they will access while they're with me to take a look at the banknotes or paper bills. And then there's a blind test, so I have them test the currency, our own, the USD, and then the euro, to see how it would work, essentially, which one works better, or what the advantages and disadvantages are of each currency if a blind or visually impaired person were to use that currency. And then of course I'm asking them questions and they have the opportunity to ask questions. Lastly, I have an enrichment activity listed, which is actually through Actively Learn. This activity should be completed if they complete any of the other assignments in their individual groups as they're rotating. The third thing I have down here listed is the technology troubleshooting. That is also in my Google Classroom assignment, so that's listed under problems and solutions. And then goals and objectives, which I already mentioned up here under goals on the weekly plan. You can also see there are some other activities listed, the absence policy, and then scavenger hunt, which is dealing with the activities for the independent students, and that's also linked there. Let's see, the considerations that I have, so things that we learned in this class, discussed in our blog post. In my instructions I include examples, explaining everything up front. I plan on doing this for my lesson, telling the students what to do, how to rotate. And because we have limited time in my class, only about 40 minutes or so, especially after taking attendance, I decided that I'm going to rotate on a daily basis. So group 1 will be on one day, and then the next day group 2, etc. And then I also, based on some conversation from one of the blog posts, I decided to start with students in the independent group, the students who need more assistance typically, so they can kind of preview the information. Troubleshooting and expectations I've included. I know we discussed this and it's important, and I agree with that, and I think it's probably going to be very helpful. And then lastly, creating a culture. I think this is kind of the opportunity to do this and get it right. So test what I have, reflect, and then hopefully change it if it needs to change, which I'm sure it will, being that it's the first time that I'm really doing this. And some concerns I have are student neediness. I have some students, especially in level 1, who always want to ask questions, even when it's something simple. So I'm really hoping that they start to rely on others and just are patient if it's something that really I need to answer. Another concern is just that it's the first time for the rotation, so I'm kind of worried, or a little bit concerned as to how the students are going to act, and just kind of to see anything that maybe I'm not thinking of. So that's always a concern. And then lastly, just when students are working, if they don't finish at each station within the given cycle, and I've been putting some thought into this, obviously, because it is a concern, and I thought maybe after each cycle, if I have students who aren't finished, then they could use a second class period basically to work on the assignments they didn't finish. Blended Learning Unit overview. I look forward to any comments, questions, etc. Thank you.